my brother who was here from North, BOBI WINE, coming in here to say and to mock the people of Teso with 6 cows.
Each of these cows represents a new hope and represent the commitment that we are going to fulfill the promise to the people of Teso.
Mike Mukula, the vice chairperson of NRM in Eastern Region, has come out to attack His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu BOBI WINE, telling him that he's playing on the minds of the Teso sub-region. We all know that a while ago BOBI WINE was in Teso. He signed a memoranda urging the Teso sub-region to shun away from supporting the regime, okay, and also promised to give them more cows, because we all know the Teso sub-region used to have a lot of cattle than the entire Ankole sub-region. But during the NRA war, these herds were stolen, were eaten, to an extent that the NRA in 1987 killed people in a train wagon. So Mike Mukula is coming out to attack BOBI WINE because he was discredited. I think when General Museveni sees what is happening in Teso region by BOBI WINE storming it, will pin Mike Mukula. So in this episode, I've come to talk about the statements which were made by hypocrite Mike Mukula, what it means for our politics, and most importantly, the study materials we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to tell you that if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. And if you're watching this video from a different platform, please head on YouTube, type in Sula Mawagali. There's a lot of content of this nature. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. First of all, Mike Mukula, although you are the vice chairperson of the Eastern, but you lack zero influence in the region. In fact, when you were even running for that office, the Teso sub-region never voted for you. You got majority of the votes outside the region. Because for those who don't know, if you are running for a vice chairperson office, you are voted across the country, but you represent a particular region. When you come out to say that BOBI WINE is an hypocrite, a person who comes out in your region to point out the ills of the regime, sign a memoranda, promise the people that he's going to give them the cows that were eaten by government when he comes to power, because government has the capacity of giving, okay, people cows which they lost in the war, but it's not doing that. And for me, what pains me more is that such people like Mike Mukula, the people with their voices and influence, not particularly in the Teso region, but at least they have a voice. They facilitate the dictator, but when the dictator falls, they will be the first people to deny it. I've seen this when Gaddafi was falling. The first person who ran away from Gaddafi's government was his vice president. When Mugabe's government fell, the people who first ran away from government are those who facilitate the dictator. Because they know the truth. There's no same person who comes from Teso who can come out to say that BOBI WINE, what BOBI WINE did was wrong, to give people cows and also promise them, okay, to replace the cows that were being stolen by government. There's no same person. But if you come out to attack the individual of BOBI WINE without addressing the issue, it is indeed hypocrite. Before I proceed, I want to play a tape when Mike Mukula was saying this. Here's the tape.
My brother who was here from North, BOBI WINE, coming in here to say and to mock the people of Teso with 6 cows. Teso deserves respect. Do not ridicule the intelligence, the integrity, and the pride of our people in Teso. Teso does not deserve 6 cows. And that false statement and agreement that you signed is null and void.
Each of these cows represents a new hope and represent the commitment that we are going to fulfill the promise to the people of Teso. As I told you, NUP is not a liar, and now we have started. Thank you very much, the good elders. PWDs. I have the elder and all that. Brothers and sisters, I will speak specifically to the people of Teso because we are in Teso. But believe me, Teso, like all other places, was robbed, was cheated, and is continuously lied to. Your pain is similar to the pain of the people of Acholi. It is similar to the people of Lango. It is similar to the people of Busoga and the people of Buganda, especially in Luero. Where I come from in Buganda, not only our people were killed, but our property was robbed. And there was a promise that they would be compensated. Now, just like you, every 5 years, General Museveni and his people come back with the same old lies, but with a new person, or the same person, but with a new date.
That is Mike Mukula. So Mike Mukula, you are speaking this because of politics, because you want to be in the tropics of power. First of all, you lost an election as an MP, although you are now a vice chairperson, a big position. And I hope you win again, and I know you will win. But politically, as a person who wants change, you cannot come out to attack a person who is coming out to make it a better place. But the people who don't know, according to the poverty index, Karamoja sub-region is the most poorest region, followed by Teso and Busoga. I don't know what is the matrix between poverty and the NRM support. Not until 2021 generation, Busoga was massively NRM. Whenever there is a big support of NRM, there is poverty. Apart from maybe Western, because that's where the real money goes. So Mike Mukula, you cannot discredit Bobi Wine when even the region you represent on the NRM neck is among the poorest. Yet how can you tell me that people who know how to work, who know how to rear cattle, among the very many the poorest region? Every time you speak about change, you bring about history. That we are running. My friend, every generation has an impact to make on the leadership, has some changes it must make. When there was a time for fighting, they fought. When there was a time for getting independence, they got. When it was time to make a constitution in 1995, there were those who made. It is time for economic boosting. It's time for multipartyism. It's time for constitutional democracy. And those in leadership cannot come out to give us that. The duty is upon we Ugandans to fight to get electoral democracy, multipartyism, and good governance, plus economic emancipation. So Mike Mukula, you say this because of politics, but we all know Bobi Wine said the truth. Bobi Wine promised to compensate the Teso sub-region with the cows which were eaten by the regime. Even up to now, very many people under the Museveni regime have never been compensated. Look at Luwero in central Uganda, where the war was fought. When you go there, you may think you are in a pigsty. Okay, so Mike Mukula desist from making such statements. I know you, of course, you'll be held in high regard in NRM because of the votes. But a Beskite Sotuman in Kumi, in Soroti, in Ngora, knows that Bobi Wine was doing the right thing. Of course, that's my opinion. Do make once by commenting about this. Thank you very much for listening in. If this is your first time on the YouTube channel, I implore you to subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. Let me also take this opportunity to again ask you for your vote. I'll be running as a member of parliament for Makinde East constituency 2026. I'm going to come back in a race. I don't want you to make a mistake like you made in the previous election, because we need an executor. We don't need jokers. We need service delivery, not weak leaders. We need people who know the body politic of our country. Since we are going in a transition, you cannot miss my brain in the transitional politics, because it's upon which we are going to build a new Uganda. And for us to build a new Uganda, we need sober minds like that of Kabuye Sulaiman Mawagali, yours truly. So in 2026, my people who live in Chibuli, Kabalaga, Kansanga, Gabo, Kasachisugwa, Vigalonsambia Estate, I'm going to ask for your vote when the time comes, and a request for your support. I will see you on another one. Peace.